What is love? Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me in my What is Love project. 30 days exploring what is not, and whatever is love. Day 22 Harmony. Love creates harmony, and it's like just automatically. It's so simple. But we don't always have harmony in our society because harmony amongst people involve everyone to love. It involves everybody's contribution. And without everybody to contribute to harmony with their love, we do not have harmony as a society. But I think there is one thing that we can achieve all by ourselves. There is something that we are in control, and that is harmony within ourselves. Do you have harmony within yourself all the time? I don't. Sometimes my inner child said, let's have ice cream for dinner. And my conscious mind said, no. And then some part of me is like, yeah, that's the inner child, it's a good thing. And my taste bud said, yes. So ice cream for dinner, and my body is like, what's that? Is that it? And there's no harmony there. Can you identify in any way that you have disharmony, like conflict within yourself? There's one particular kind of disharmony I would like to talk about right now is regarding the harmony with our ego. What do you think of when you heard the word ego? How do you feel about your ego or ego in general? Years ago, when I first heard of this word ego, I asked, like, what is it? Is it part of us? Why is it always so bad? Like sometimes people would say, oh, the ego mind is so stubborn. And then someone might say, they make this mistake because they got taken over by the ego. Or they might say, oh, the ego mind needs to learn. And I thought, how can something that is so terrible be part of us? There must be like a design problem. But I didn't really investigate because I thought it's okay, whatever. Until one day a man said to me, he said he has kicked his ego out of the door. And when he said that, I felt this immense sadness, like sifting through the air coming from him. And I'm not even sure if he was conscious of this sadness. And so I said, why would you do that if it's part of you, the ego? And he said, I don't need my ego was harmful to me, and so I kicked him out. I don't want anything to do with my ego. And I felt this more sadness. And so without really understanding what happened, I said to him, maybe there is a misunderstanding maybe it's not that bad. Maybe you don't have to kick it out, because if that's part of you, you will have a piece missing and you're not complete or whole. And so after that day, I started wanting to investigate what ego is. So I don't know how you feel about ego, and you might disagree with what I'm going to say, but I'll ask you to get to know your ego before kicking it out or bashing it with your words, or because sometimes I feel like, why people have to say that the ego mind needs to learn? Why can't people just say, I need to learn? Or why people say, oh, the ego mind is stubborn? Can't I just say, I am stubborn? Why is it like, yeah, it's ego? That's part of me. Why am I like separate myself and say, yes, I love my inner child, it's so cute, and hurt? And my ego, doesn't matter how I hurt my ego with my words, I continue to do it. I mean, this is really part of me. So after some learning, understanding, some investigation, here are 4 things I find out about ego. Like, no, there's something I find out about ego, and I would go through the main 4 things that I get to know. So number 1, our egos, they are powerful. They are our power, because the ego is the gateway to the source of all creation. And number 2, the ego is pure. It doesn't need to learn anything. It cannot learn anything. It's just like the pure love part of their heart is pure love. It can't learn anything. Why does it learn anything? That is the purpose. The pure love is the purpose, the essence of it. And the essence of the ego is the power, like the source, the immense power. And the ego knows that we're immense and infinite, just like the source of all creation. When I say it knows, basically the ego is always connected with the source. So it never forgot, it just is, it just know, it is the power. And number 4, the ego is perfect. How can it not be perfect? It is pure. It is the gateway to the source. And I think the reason why we have conflict within ourselves, especially, like whether we acknowledge that we have ego or not, whether we acknowledge that, how we have different viewpoints about the ego, I would say the conflict is that we are immense, we are infinite. However, we also have a physical body. So remember, the ego, it doesn't learn anything. It's here with us. It's almost like it's here so that we can remember our immense power through its connection. And obviously, as human, as we're growing up, we need to learn the limitation of the physical body and the physical world. And we can't just go and say, oh, I'm powerful, I can do anything, and therefore I will now jump off the cliff and I'm going to levitate. I'll be all right. No, we learn that this is not possible. And however, when the moment we think, okay, we're not good enough, we can't do this, we can't do that, there's a lot of doubt in there. Because I think a lot of us, when we are growing up, a lot of adults, even other children, we say to us, you can't do this, you can't do that, stop and stop and stop. And that is like the doubt. And then the ego is there. And there's a conflict because one is like, no, you can't do it. And one is like, yeah, we can do anything. And so I think there's, we need to consciously understand with our conscious mind how to be in harmony with all these parts. How can I feel and believe and know that I am immense while I have all this limitation with my body? So I guess this is what we come here to learn. How to create, how to make choices while having this limitation. And the ego is here constantly reminding us that we are worth more than we ever know. We're more powerful than the society makes us want to believe. And so I don't know how you feel about the ego now. Maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe you disagree with me completely. And it's okay. Because I think it's important for us to, while consider different viewpoint, I think it's also important for us to sometimes disagree and not take things in that easily. I think we need to experiment and find things out for ourselves. So now this is a concept I'm sharing with you. This is how I understand what our ego is, and perhaps we can get to know the ego a little bit. So it's very simple. It's all about the intention. And once maybe you will get to feel the ego. Maybe you suddenly just know something. And it's okay. You do not have to say, if you have rejected, say my ego, you go there. It's okay. You don't have to have it like, okay, you come back now. You can just get to know the ego a little bit. And see how you feel before you accept it, if that's what you like. So I'm just going to say a few sentences. You might close your eyes and relax yourself down just to see. So we can do this together right now, but it's going to be very short. And perhaps you can just see what I'm going to say, and then you don't have to say the exact same words. It's all about the intention. Maybe you do this later while you have private and relaxed moment. So I say, my ego. These words are what I like, my suggestions that you can use. You can make your own words. My ego is a part of me. I accept all parts of me in harmony. My ego, I would like to get to know you. Would you please shine for me? Did you feel it? I don't know if you have done it or maybe you do later. See if you can identify where your ego is. I'm not going to tell you so that I don't influence how you're feeling, but how you're going to get to know your ego. And but please let me know if you actually felt the ego, where it was shining from. Tell me the location. And yeah, and one thing I want to add is that it doesn't matter. I mean, I think no matter what you have said regarding your ego in the past, or like that man who said, "Oh, I kicked my ego out of the door," um, the ego remains where it is. It's not hurt. You can't hurt an ego that is pure immense power. It probably is neglected, misunderstood, and ignored by us, the conscious mind part of us. And I think no matter how you feel regarding your ego, acknowledge that there is a part of you. Get to know it, and why not? I would like to share my experience with my ego when I asked it to shine for me. I'll tell you my last one. I just did it today because whenever I'm going to talk about a technique, or I would do it once again for myself so that I remember how to describe it in the videos. And today, possibly because I was a bit too minded about what I'm going to say, because what I said about the ego, I felt is not like I usually hear not so nice thing about the ego. So I was a bit like, do I want to talk about it? And my ego, when it shined, it was so bright throughout my whole body, especially my left side of the body today. And I think doesn't matter what it means, but it lasted about half an hour. I was lying in bed when that happened, and I felt it was like a proper healing session. But it's just me lying in bed, asking my ego to shine for me, and I got to feel and also see that pure white light, like from the source. And it was just incredible feeling. I felt a lot of things happened, and I had a lot of fluid coming out. Like I went to the bathroom a few times afterward immediately without much intake of water. And I had a lot of energy towards the end going through to my legs and my feet. And what I understood was when I get to receive the power from my ego, or like the power of the source through my ego, I feel safe being in the physical world, which, as you know, is not always safe. But with that feeling of safety, I feel I'm more grounded. Perhaps whenever we don't feel safe, we want to fly away back to source or wherever it is. And now I feel more grounded, more settled, possibly because I feel more safe. And so that's why I want to talk about this in the video. And I really wish that everyone would get to know the ego and let it shine for you, because then you can shine naturally, just like the shining star that you are. So that's it for today. I wish you all the harmony that you're looking for, in and out. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. See you tomorrow.